Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Lexus RX 450H. Now, the name is a little misleading. 450 is quite a large number for a car like this, but it actually only has a 3.5 liter engine. The H, though, that is there for hybrid. This makes use of the new Lexus Hybrid Drive, which is just a rebranded version of the Toyota Hybrid Synergy Drive. What we have is a 3.5 liter V6 that runs on the Atkins cycle, mated to a small electric motor and a set of batteries. Now, traditionally, that sort of setup, or I guess lately, that sort of setup is being used to create more power and create more performance while actually saving fuel. This setup isn't quite like that at all. Together, the 3.5 liter V6, which normally in lots of normal Toyota cars is like a 280 horsepower engine, combined with the electric motor now. So this V6 and the electric motor only make 245 horsepower. So this isn't fast, not even a little bit. It's really not that great to drive either. I mean, the steering wheel feels nice, it's covered in leather. The seats feel great, they're covered in leather. But otherwise, I just have this round thing that I hold on to, and it's attached to wheels. When I move it, the wheels do something, and I change directions. There's not a lot happening between those two steps and me. I mean, it's very Lexus-y. Like, as you can tell, it's very quiet in here. Like, you can whisper a little bit. It's perfectly fine. It's very, very quiet. I have an upgraded stereo. Sounds pretty good. I've got a subwoofer in the back. It makes thumpy noises. But this car doesn't move me in any real way. I have a CVT, so when I hit the gas to go fast, it makes the same noise. I don't go much faster, but it makes the same noise. It does have the regenerative braking system, which is kind of nice. It actually makes the brakes really good, and even if you stand on the brakes many times, you don't really get a lot of fade because most of that braking is coming from the electric generator motor. But I don't know. I've been trying really hard to like this thing. I have, because Lexus does in general make good cars. I mean, this is really quiet, it's really comfy, it's got lots of amenities. I mean, it's built super well, the interior looks great. But this one costs $60,000, and for $60,000, there's a whole mess of things I'd rather have. Now, a lot of that is options. This car is like 48 grand before options. So the leather seats that I have here that I like so much, that was $3,000 or $4,000 and came with a bunch of goodies, like I think blind spot monitoring and stuff. Speaking of which, this car at $48,000 comes with cloth seats. I don't know what the hell's up with that. But so I have the nice leather, and that's an option. And I don't know if you can tell, but there's a TV screen back here. There's one mounted to each seat. You know, that was a couple $1,000s. I've got navigation. I have the upgraded stereo. With my navigation, I've got Sirius XM traffic and weather and sports. And there's basically every goodie they could throw at this thing, they've thrown at it. And so it is sitting at $60,000. I think $60,400 and some odd dollars. And for that much money, so okay, I've got TVs, but they're small and they're not very well set up. I have a tiny remote that's down here. Actually, we're stopped. I have a remote. This is the only way to operate that system. So if you lose it or the batteries die, you're stuck. I also have wireless headphones so that thankfully you don't have to hear the kids complaining about who's watching what or what they're listening to. But these are also powered by batteries, AAA's here. So if these die, again, you're hosed. So it's not exactly a great kid's car, even though it's got TV screens. If you want to haul people around with kids and you want leather and TV screens and stuff, just look at the GMC Acadia. I mean, it's not the best thing to drive, but it's got a nice engine that's more powerful than this one. And it's got one of the big center mounted screens. Like, that's a very kid-friendly car. This is not a kid-friendly car, but they put TVs in it. I don't really understand what the deal with that is. If you want something that's comfortable and luxurious, what's wrong with the Audi Q5? Has all-wheel drive, just like this. Has a V6, just like this, except that one's powered by diesel, so it makes 428 pound-feet of torque. So it'll handily outperform this in anything you want to do. And fuel economy. This is a hybrid. It is rated at 28 miles to the gallon on the highway, 30 in the city, 29 combined. Very, very respectable numbers. Right now, as we sit, I am averaging 26.5. Right there. So, yes, it's a hybrid that should have great fuel economy, but the fuel economy is kind of terrible. And I've not been beating on it. Like, I've not been driving it fast, I've not been driving aggressively. I actually have it in eco mode, which makes the gas pedal do absolutely nothing when you push it. But still, I'm sitting at 26.5 miles to the gallon. I cannot get this thing to do well on fuel. I can't. When I was in the Q5 TDI, 35 miles to the gallon all day. It's only rated at 31, but it will do 35 miles to the gallon all day. And that thing's just nicer to drive and be in anyways. So, I hate to beat this car to death. Because, again, Lexus makes good stuff. And to be honest, there's some things that they make that I actually do enjoy driving. But this is a company that used to be known for making the best cars, bar none, and they would do it while offering a competitive or sometimes even like the cheapest price of its competitors. And this is none of those. It is not better than any of the cars out there. It is not cheaper than any of the cars out there. It is too expensive, it is too slow, and the fuel economy is just not that great. The RX was the first real luxury crossover, and Lexus defined a segment with this thing. But quite frankly, they've been sitting on their butts a bit, and everyone else has run off and left them. So the 2014 Lexus RX 450h is a nice car in its own right, but compared to what you can buy for the price, this should be the last one on your list. Guys, it's been great. Sorry you had to listen to me rant about this car, but I'll see you next time. Cheers.